baby! Let's go! It's time! Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we unite and up. Trippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Single bottle, never stop it. To the beast and on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in the
Hootie!
Hootie!
Let's go, baby!
This is what happens when you sign a fourth or fifth corner, guys.
Woo!
Cincinnati, buddy. Hashtag Cincinnati.
That's not what we're talking about, Craig. We're talking about the cornerback we signed. Good God.
I know, Cincinnati. Sydney
He said
Jones,
Sid.
Cincinnati.
Sid, oh, they said Zeke Natty. You pointed out
Listen,
Zeke.
listen properly, Strawberry. Cincinnati,
Then we're
hello.
off.
I'm about to jump through my window right now. This is awesome.
So welcome to another episode of Minnesota Bengals and Brews. I am the Alt Man, joined by the Ice Man, and joined by Zeke Natty, Greg Luther.
You should have changed it. You shouldn't be Zeke Natty. You should be Joe Natty or Shay Natty or something.
Yep.
Hey to everybody in the chat, all our buddies. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Exactly.
So we did sign a corner.
Yes.
Sidney Jones. he was on a couple teams last year. He's currently 26, will be turning 27. We don't know what this means for Eli Apple, but we can assume maybe it means he won't be back. We don't know. He might be. He still
could come back. I kind of tweeted that out. So
Trey Flowers, right? He went on a visit, but he didn't sign.
not that I know of. I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, because if I had to guess, I think he'd be more of a replacement for Trey Flowers. That's just my personal guess. We still could. If we got Eli back, then I think it's safe to say, do we really consider drafting a corner in the first couple rounds if we added one more corner in free agency?
Yes. You still try to draft one.
Okay.
No, just because they're older and they're all under 1 year contract. So yes, you still.
I mean, yes, but that's why I don't know that they'd bring Eli back.
Well, I mean, you
Because
bring
of
it
that
back.
well, you got to look at the depth chart at some point, right?
I know. Yeah, I know. I still think. Well, and Eli they might not sign Eli until after the draft to see if they draft one or not.
Right. If you don't get anybody in the draft, then you can bring back an Eli or a Flowers potentially.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
Allergies. He's summertime. He's got the Hawaiian Bengal shirt on and everything. By the way, you guys like my new hat? Look good.
Oh,
Yeah,
stop
man.
showing it off.
Yeah, I was on top of that, seen the email tweeted out. Jeff's like, hey, show him. He won't get hit. He'll get his shipped.
I was telling Jeff this. I literally called the
He had to go. He had to go to the pro shop and buy it.
What's up,
Hey.
Cam?
What's up, Cam?
on with it.
All right, so these are 4 guys that were on the Bengals hype video yesterday. Woo!
That is true.
Actually, they cut this guy out first, and then he cried about it.
Instagram. I'm not on the Instagram one. They cut me out of that, and I submitted that video. So I was like, "Damn, y'all did me dirty."
It's all 3 of us right there, and they cut Dale out.
Like that was my video submission. I know I was in that son of a bitch.
That's what cracked me up about it. I'm like, it's
Yeah, we're like, yeah,
actually-
sure, Dale. We're like, yeah, sure, Dale. But then when Twitter came out, I'm like, oh man, Dale ain't lying.
No, I was in it.
You know, Chandler's a little jealous too. He's like, I'm the one holding the camera in that one. So I was like,
Well, Midwest Barbecue, I'm on good terms with because those were the owners with me in the background. So hopefully something good comes out of this. No, I'm just kidding. I'll still keep getting.
you get Midwest for free by now.
Oh,
don't
I
you?
see you, Cam. You got the Corona.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
he's celebrating our new corner we signed.
Yeah,
pretty consistent, buddy.
that's what we were just talking about, though. Is Sidney Jones we signed, and we were saying we don't know if it's the end of Apple or even Trey Flowers because you can still bring one of those guys back. And but I think if they brought him back, we were saying like you only have so many spots, and they signed Jalen Davis to a 2-year deal. So I know Cheeto's on his last year, but you only got so many spots for these guys to start, so you can't be bringing in this guy and drafting this guy and bringing in another guy because, I mean, you only got so many roster spots. So do you think this is the end of Eli Apple potentially, or Trey Flowers? Like, where do you see this kind of fit of bringing Sidney in?
I do think this is the end of Eli Apple, unfortunately. I like Eli. I know a lot of people give him grief about,
I like
maybe
him.
getting beat here or there. But I like Eli Apple. To me, he's for us, he was a starting corner. And starting corners, average starting corners, they're gonna get beat from time to time. So I didn't have an issue with Eli Apple, but I do think it's the end. I think this signing kind of writes that on the wall, and I do think we'll get a young corner in the draft somewhere, maybe day 2, maybe day 3. Who knows? But I just can't see them signing back Eli Apple unless there's an injury happen. And knock on wood, that don't happen.
Right.
Yeah. I like the move because I don't think now it forces you to take a guy in like the second or third, especially like with the unsureness of will Cheeto be ready week. I think he will be ready week 1, but you always like to have a backup plan.
Well, that's the same way with me. I don't want to trade Jonah until we figure out what we're going to do with right tackle. I don't want to be forced to do anything or reach for anybody. We already know, and like tight end, we have to draft 1, maybe 2. But there's a lot of tight ends out there. So if you get one first round, second round, you're probably not going to be reaching for those guys. So that's why I think it's a good move like that. And the same thing with keeping Jonah for right now. I don't want to reach for anybody, because we know what happens when we do that. We end up with Billy Price.
Now, I like to read the PFF stuff, and I always preface it with, hey, I'm not saying PFF's the be-all, end-all, but it is a source that's quick and easy to go to.
Right.
So this past year, Sidney Jones bounced around a couple teams. His grade, like overall grade, he was 51.3, and Eli's 52.9. So they weren't that far off this year, but the thing was, like, in coverage, he was a 44.6, and Eli was a 53.5. But Sidney only had 70 coverage snaps total. So it was a smaller sample size than usual because, like I said, he bounced around. I think he was a free agent almost for a couple weeks or something off the waiver claim.
He played like
stuff.
2 different teams last year, right?
Yeah, because he was a waiver claim a lot of people wanted when
he
got released halfway through the season.
Right.
But if you look back to the previous 3 years, I'll just say coverage grades because I don't want to go through all the grades, but he's been higher or right there with Eli overall. But just coverage, because I think that's the most important thing, right? When we're looking at corners, especially outside corners.
Yep.
So last year he was 69.2 coverage grade. Eli was 61.6. So he was better in coverage last year. 2 years ago, he was 71.3 coverage grade. Eli 57. So quite a bit better that year. And then 68.3 in this is 2019, and Eli was 59.1. So if you take out last year, the previous 3 years, he's had a way better coverage grade. And he's going to be working with Lou Anarumo.
Dude, I was saying the same thing. I was about to say that. Like Lou could boost him up that much higher because, Eli Apple, these have been his best 2 years of his career that he's played for the Bengals. And I think it has a lot to do with Lou. I think Lou could do the same thing here.
So when I looked at that stuff, to me, I'm just like, okay, here's a guy who's a year younger than Eli, and he's shown that he's at least can be a solid cover guy. Right. And had some good run defense grades and stuff as well in here, up and down. Like last year, he had a really high run defense grade, and the year before, the couple years before that, not so much. But the coverage thing is the most important to me. So just looking off of those, Greg, what do you think about the Sidney Jones signing? We'll go to you first.
Sidney Jones, I remember him coming out of the draft. I was a big fan of him. I believe he had injury issues, and that was huge.
That dropped him to the second round.
I remember that year was a huge corner class. I believe like rounds 1 through 5, you could find a starting corner. So it was. And I know we didn't draft one that year, but Sidney Jones, like when I found out about it, I'm like, I believe it was Derek in our chat said, if this guy's going to be our 4th or 5th corner, we're in really good shape right now. Bottom line is, if Lou wants this guy, I don't care if it's a guy who has no legs or no arms. I'm signing this guy.
Well, I don't know about all that shit.
But no, I'm just saying. If
that'd be kind of hard.
I don't care if the guy's got no legs. If Lou wants him, put him out there.
Lou wants him, put him out there.
What do you think he's going to be the Black Knight from the Holy Grail?
I'm just saying, if that's who Lou wants, that's who, Lou gets the best out of anybody. Santori, I believe, tweeted this out. Anybody with talent who doesn't get used right will not play up to the level. But if he's coached right, I forget how Santori said it, then he can play a lot better. I'd have to go back and read the tweet and all that. But with the right coaching, I think this guy, I think this is going to be like, another water into wine type of deal, like how Lou's done with a bunch of other players.
I'm gonna start a new drinking game. Every time Greg says Centauri, I'm gonna take a drink. That was 2 right
He
there.
loves Centauri.
Hey, I love you, Greg. I'm just saying.
No, it's okay.
Hey, can I comment on one of the comments here? Westish said we got Ford. I ain't comfortable with Ford being our starting right tackle.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, I'm comfortable with him being a backup, not starting. Hell no. I'd rather have
I don't even know how comfortable I am with him as a backup based on
Right.
his grades from the last 4 years.
He ain't.
I'm not comfortable with him if he's on the practice squad. I'm sorry.
I don't. Yeah, I'm like.
Well, let's see, because I'm a big, huge advocate of playing linemen where they supposed to be and not moving them around. Cody Ford is one of those guys that's been moved around across the line with the Bills, and he started at Oklahoma as a tackle. I'm not saying he's a starter. He's definitely not. I don't want him starting in week 1. However, put him in the spot where he's played majority of his life, and let's see how he does. Just like even Jackson Carman a little bit, we moved him around. Yeah, left tackle. I'm not saying he was a stalwart, but he was decent. He was decent at he was much better at left tackle than any other position we had him at. So let's just get him back to his regular position.
Yeah. You got a point there, Cam, and he could be, but I'm not willing to just go, all right, it's you.
No, I'm not either.
Wes Litchfielder came back and said, well, Collins. I'm like, well, Collins might not, which if he's healthy and he's going to start the season, I'm fine with LC being the right tackle, but he's most likely not going to be. So right now, if you trade Jonah, it's Jackson Carman or Ford as your right tackle, right? Or Adeniji.
Well, I was going to add to that point just because, he did play right tackle, but it was his first year, and O-line is one of the harder transitions, and then they moved him to guard. So maybe they didn't give him the full chance to really learn being a right tackle in the NFL and make that transition fully. So,
right.
I mean, that's the hope, right? And that's probably the Bengals' hope too, bringing him in. So I think that's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, but again, you agree with me, Cam. We're not willing to give up Jonah and just say, all right, we'll find somebody out of the guys we got. I'm not.
I'm almost to the sense that Jonah needs to get ready to play right tackle.
Thank you.
The Bengals are probably looking at let's get a second round out of Jonah. If we can't get a second round out of Jonah and the team's not willing to budge, he's going to be our right tackle. So he needs to get ready to play right tackle because, as we know, the Bengals set their price. That's what it's at. They don't budge. And if so, what's he going to do? Sit out?
Right. He's not going to give up $12 million.
No.
Or 17. That's what I keep saying. He has no leverage.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
exactly.
McGlinchey got $40 million freaking dollars to play right tackle. So don't
87.5 on his overall deal.
Right. Yeah. So I mean,
and Lane Johnson just got an extension for 1 year, $33 million.
Right. So don't give me this crap. You're not going to make. If he goes and balls out at right tackle, he's going to get paid, and he might be better right tackle than he is a left tackle.
Yeah.
Or you could do the Juwan Taylor and say, hey, I balled out at right tackle, but I want to be a left.
Right.
Somebody signed him as a left tackle. He never played it. So
yeah.
And they'll see, hey, you played well.
Mm-hmm.
Put your best season on tape, no matter where you were at.
Right.
So Wesley's saying, you act like we already cut Lyle, you silly goobers, which, man, I heard somebody call nobody a silly goober in a while, but
he's not going to be ready. That's what I keep saying. I'm like, he's not ready. I mean,
he's not going to be ready till halfway through the year. Plus, there's a lot of people complaining about him most of the year because he didn't have a great season. And, he was unable to practice a lot during the week because his back issues and stuff. Are all that going to be fixed? Or now it's just now you got knee issues and back issues that are worse. So it's another one that's do you put all your faith in that? That's the thing.
And we are in a Super Bowl window. We need somebody who we can plug and play there. And I'm not saying Jonah is a plug and play. I don't know. But as of right now, he's our best option. I mean, I don't think we're trading Jonah, and maybe I'm wrong, until the draft. And if we draft the right tackle, then I think during the draft they might trade him. But up until then, I don't think they're just going to go, well, bye, Jonah. Figure it out.
Well, I got a trade proposal for you guys because the Titans are apparently sellers. And I'll start with you, Cam, and I'll kick it around the horn. Here's my trade proposal to the Titans. And then you could say if you take it from the Bengals standpoint, Titans, both of those. Jeffrey Simmons, he's on the last year of his deal. Jonah Williams, the last year of his deal. Obviously, I don't think the Titans will do that straight up. So I'm willing to give them a third-round pick. It's the end of the third for the Bengals, but Jonah and a 3rd-round pick for Jeffrey Simmons. Would you do it for the Bengals? Would you do it for the Titans?
Cam, you're first.
Oh, I mean, if I'm the Bengals, I'm doing it. You're looking at a guy in which we can obviously shore up and maybe draft the right tackle. But you're not going to be able to find a Jeffrey Simmons in this draft. You might be
No.
able to find someone comparable to Jonah Williams in this draft. But Simmons, And if we were talking about trying to go for it and push the needle for a Super Bowl title, and that's something you have to do. And if you're the Titans, do you give him up for nothing? They need an offensive line, line too, losing Taylor Lewan, losing pieces. So do they accept that and extend Jonah and give him a contract? And us, it'll be a 1-year bargain. But hey, it doesn't sound like we was gonna sign Jonah anyway. So we take Simmons for a year, see what happens. Maybe we sign him, maybe we don't. But that's a force on the D line you have to have, in my opinion.
And I think his cap hit's like 10 something, where Jonas is like 12 something. So you're actually going to save money by making the trade. You'll save a couple million you could use elsewhere. But the argument will be, well, 3rd-round pick, that's a valuable pick. Yes, but you got to give up something to get Jeffrey Simmons too.
And let's be honest, Jeffrey Simmons is a way better player than Jonah right now. I mean,
he's an all-pro.
Right. So I mean, third, and that's why I said 3rd round. That's as high as I would go because I don't think we can give up a second. But sorry, Greg's fair, not mine. Sorry, my bad.
But it's worth making a phone call to me.
Yes.
Also,
this is where they need to hire us, Dale. We'll make the phone call.
I'll be making the phone calls. It's okay to be told
I need a backer going, do it.
I'll be like, hey, here's the proposal: a 4th rounder and Jonah Williams.
You can do
Jeffrey
it.
Simmons. You need a left tackle. We're willing to give you a pick. They're both on 1-year deals. Think about it. Call me back. Knowing I'm willing to give up a 3rd, but I ain't starting with that.
Right, exactly.
So, Greg, would you do that? And would you do it if you were the Titans?
You know what I'd do? It's like walking the casino. You reach deep in your pockets. You get every chip you have. I'm going all in, big time and all that, man. Like Cam just said, you're not going to find a Jeffrey Simmons in the draft. You're in a win now mode this year. I would not hesitate because look, you're not having Jonah. I know a 3rd-round pick is a kind of a big deal, but I'm just ready to go all in this year. I want to win the goddamn Super Bowl now.
Like I said,
see, and we've already got differing opinions in the chat. And it's okay to disagree, guys. It's okay.
But this is what makes the show great, and everything else it gives us a talking point.
But Paul's saying no way he'd do it for a 4th, but not a 3rd.
I respect you, Paul.
Hey, if they give us a 4th,
valuable pick.
all right.
I know, but it might take a 3rd to push the deal, and
that's
that's where would you do it? And I just think like this kid, matched up with
Leader,
with Hendrickson and Hubbard, but also a Sy that comes in that we hope takes the next step as a pass rusher. And I'm going, damn, we got that line. We got a hell of a line.
I'll roll back to that though. If you make that trade, then he plays right tackle. That's the only caveat I have with
draft one the 1st round. This Kalijah Cansey stuff, you don't have to worry about it this year.
You can grab one, like you said, Dale. I think you was about to say, oh man, you can grab a tackle now in the 1st round. Tight end position, there's plenty. So that means you don't have to reach in the 1st round for that. You can get one in the 2nd and 3rd. Or in this case, we'll trade our 3rd. So you can get one in the 2nd. And then or you can even get a corner in the 2nd if we wanted to get a corner. And then you get a tight end in the 4th because there's so many tight ends that could come in and play. I think right away I can give you some snaps. It's a deep class. So, I mean.
Like, just think of that pass rush, though. Like,
but no, I'm gonna go back to the tight ends quick. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I mean, like, there could easily be a run on tight ends in a certain round. I just have this feeling we could easily be screwed out of tight end. We may not get a tight end to the 4th round, I fear at times. And I mean, if we just have I don't know why we did not give Austin Hooper a call or at least give him a call and say, have him come in for a visit. I would have taken somebody like him. The fact all we have is Aussie.
Oi!
I'm sorry.
Well, one thing, don't forget, we had this in our back pocket. We could always re-sign Dale's favorite player.
Oh no!
Mitchell Wilcox is out there, baby. Give me some cops.
I'll take Wilcox.
No, seriously, why did they re-sign him at this point? What are they?
I'll take Wilcox. Wilcox wasn't terrible.
No, he
well,
wasn't.
not-
Wilcox
he was
actually
great.
started a couple
All
games.
right, so we all kind of agreed, right? We would do that trade for the
Yes.
third. Now here's a natural say, Jonah, in a second. So I'll start with you again, Cam.
I
Now
don't
we're
like trading premium picks.
Yeah.
Because if I trade a premium pick like a first or the second rounder, Simmons got to sign with me long term.
yeah.
Yes. I
And
agree.
that's probably going to be too expensive with the other guys we need. That's why I don't
if you
think
sign
it would
Simmons,
work
then
out
DJ's
at all.
gone.
Right,
don't-
right.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
not
think
gonna
you
be
sign
too
both.
That's where I take all my chips. Said goodbye.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That would
I'm
be,
going to a different table. I'm going to a different casino. I'm
Different
cashing
table.
out. I'm out.
Exactly.
I mean, it's fun to think about, but a second would be that'd be hard to do because, like Cam said, you have to re-sign Simmons at least. But then if you do that, that means you're probably not keeping DJ because I don't think they're keeping both of them. to be
No.
honest.
He's coming in the last year of his deal too. That's
Right.
Man, there's a lot of layers to that,
Mhm.
really.
Right, exactly. If you really look deep into it.
But all right, man, we got all kinds of trade scenarios there. But let's see what we got here. Jonah for Simmons was swap of our first round for their second round, which they're like they have 11th overall pick in the first, so we'd be moving down. I don't know, maybe 14 spots before we
Not
pick.
That's not a terrible option.
That's not terrible.
No.
So we
That's
say
not
move down the
terrible.
We
first.
moved
we're
down
saying?
14 picks and swapped Jonah for
Because
Simmons.
I mean, you'll get 44 and 60.
Was that first or second round? I couldn't read.
Our first 28.
Our first for their second.
Their second, which is about 14 spots
so we
lower.
so we would have first round at all. Okay, we just get out of the first round altogether.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
We'd
honestly,
have 2 second rounders.
that wouldn't if it's high enough, it wouldn't be horrible. It would
Well,
just
and
take-
if the DeJuan Jones stuff that Dave
Right.
Lapham and Joe Goodberry are
Right.
saying he's fallen
right,
and he's more of a mid to late second round guy, you move down and you take him at that spot still somehow, like,
yeah.
and you added Jeffrey Simmons.
To me, that would be a trade that you would have to see how the draft is going first and how get a
Yeah.
feeling of it.
But
first. I don't-
still, there's no way to know 14 picks.
right?
You're
No,
taking
there's
a
not. But I don't
risk.
know. It's not. It's not something I would do like right now.
There's another thing that concerns me about Jeffrey Simmons. Did all of his teammates come to his birthday party?
That's a very good question there, Greg. A very
Damn,
good-
you ever watch Draft Day? Because
Coach-
Greg brings it up at least once an episode about
Yes. The birthday
Draft
party.
Day.
Coach Cam, you ever seen Draft Day?
Yes.
Yeah, you know how they didn't draft that quarterback because none of his teammates came to his birthday party? That's why I always reference it.
Hey, Paul's got a good one here. He
Yeah.
said you wouldn't do that because you lose your fifth year option, which is a big thing, to be honest.
Yes.
And sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. Because look at us now with Jonah. We
Stuck with a 5th-year option, which is
Well, no, are we stuck? I don't know if we're stuck. We got a right
But-
tackle, so
No,
Well,
we're
that's
not.
true.
I know.
But I look at it like this with the 5th-year option also. Like say if we did drop down, do this trade, and we get 2 second-round picks, we don't have to pay first-round money.
right.
Which in a situation in which we got T. Higgins and all this is coming up,
Mhm.
we can save cash any type of way possible, and not having a first-round rookie contract to pay. Because it saves a little bit of money. I'm not big into how contract work.
It's all an interesting conversation. That's what's fun about this, being able to discuss this stuff. And we're just throwing stuff out there. Who knows if it's going to happen or not? But it's fun
yeah,
to talk
yeah.
about.
Greg, you want to get your Moneyball
Yeah,
reference
come on,
in
come on,
too?
Greg,
Is
let's
this
go.
Wait. Oh, he gets on base. So what was the Moneyball reference again?
David Justice? I mean, I think I even know this at this point.
Yeah.
So, so Coach Cam, I don't know if you know this or not. I'm okay if Zeke comes to Cincinnati and all that and stuff. I'm okay with it. I think these guys vouch for
It's
that.
hashtag Zeke Natty on the name.
But like people were like Strawberry was like saying, Greg, why do you want him? He's not the player he once was. I'm like, look, I don't want him to be the player he once was. I want him the guy he can be now. Because Zeke, one of the best blockers in the league, was 4th in the league behind P-Ryan in blocking, 4th or 5th or whatever, can still catch the ball in the backfield. And Troy Aikman, who did an interview, and Troy Aikman, who takes pride in being a teammate very well, said that Zeke is by far one of the best locker room guys he's ever seen. Even if he doesn't play that much, he is such a great locker room presence. In my opinion, if the fact that Zeke wants to come here, I want it that if he can fill in P. Ryan's role, I would take that 100%.
And for the record, I'm not against it for $3 to $4 million. This man was ripping his damn shirt off and about to run around the neighborhood naked because he was so excited about this. I'm not that excited about it. But
so, Coach, would you take Zeke in a P. Ryan type of role?
Absolutely. Like just said, gotta be 3-4 million.
Right.
Yeah.
Willing, but yeah, I mean that's a veteran guy. He can run hard, steal, pass, protect, do all the things that you need to do. Because obviously we throw the ball. You know what I mean? It's no secret. So I'll take him. I'll take him in a limited role, P. Ryan role.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? I mean, like I say, brings the locker room presence. The fact that he wants to come here, that's enough in my book. I think I read somewhere that he could be asking for 2 years, $4 million. He wants to get a ring. I mean, I'm all on board with that.
That's awesome, Mark.
So third down guy here. He's going to be in Kansas City for the draft in the inner circle. I know
awesome.
Warriors told us he's going to be there
Warriors
too.
Going,
nice, Mr. Third Down.
That is cool, dude. I'm so
I'm
jealous.
gonna do a little tribute for him. I'm gonna get the rally for him.
You know that guy. Now they're going to let you get up there and announce a pick. Do anything crazy. That'd be really fun.
I also want to say to Christopher Crawley, we brought up his comment. That Darrell Williams throwback jersey was nice, bro. Just wanted to add in this profile picture.
I see it now. Yeah, I got you now. I see it.
Right here.
There you go.
Yeah, that's nasty. I like that.
That is cool.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Shoot, I wish I still have a Corey Dillon one like that. I don't know what the heck happened to it.
Oh, you mean something like this Corey Dillon signed jersey up there?
Well, it would help if you didn't turn the camera off. I can't see it.
Greg mess up everything.
Greg got all excited, turned the camera off.
Also, like some talk. I know this is kind of irrelevant when it comes to the team, but since Jeff's wearing that shiny new draft hat, it's got the Bengal head on it. So we went to that B, and it's got the Bengal head all over it. Is that a sign? Maybe we're going to go back to the Bengal head a little more as a logo. Maybe leaping tiger on that.
I hope we all like it. I mean, I got nothing against the Bengals B, but I like this one. This one better.
I agree.
I still like the B. You know what? The leaping tiger hat's pretty cool. I mean, hey, either way, as long as they're winning, I could care less.
Yeah, I know, but come on, Greg, it's off season, man.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, but no.
Oh, you got his voice high. No.
In all fairness, I like the B logo a little bit better. That's
actually in my garage on my floor. I painted the Bengal head and the B on both sides of my garage. So I like
it's a good first one to buy, Chris.
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's who me and Derek did a mock draft yesterday. Greg hopped on to say hi. Iceman hopped in about halfway through, but that's who we ended up taking. We did a whole first round mock draft, and we took Darnell Wright from Tennessee. It just seemed like he was clearing away. Cansey was gone. Mayer was gone. You know, we had those guys going other places.
You guys took Mayer to the Packers.
Yeah, 15.
That one, I don't know. I haven't seen him mocked there. That one just.
That's actually good. They lost Big Bob Tunyon.
Yeah, that's true. That was our logic as we were looking at.
That's what I was kind of curious because I don't know who they lost. Once you said that, I'm like,
but that's the reason we do those full first round mocks. We did one last year, and that's when Derek first started thinking about Dax Hill because based on who was there, Derek's like, I kind of like Dax Hill as being the best guy that ended up falling here, and I'm over here like, it's stupid, And then who do we take?
What's wrong with you, Derek?
Dax Hill. So it's a good exercise to be like, you do those mock draft simulators, and you get the same guys come up. But when you actually do a full first round mock like that, it's like, okay, and you're matching up every team's needs and trying to give them the best player too.
Which we hooked the Steelers up, unfortunately. Got an A on that one.
A+, because they had the 32nd pick too.
We
titled the episode "Big Old Man Meat." D-line man meat. Cam loved that title.
Yeah. The only one that's not fat here is Coach Cam, though. The rest of us all big fat.
Balls. Yeah, we'll be all right.
But if we're not going to make a trade for Jeffrey Simmons, a position that a lot of people are talking about is like defensive tackle and mainly more 3-tech, where we lost Larry O and BJ Hill. We kind of missed that from the interior pass rush. So I want to look at guys in the draft for that position. And I got the PFF grades, but I ain't going to sit here and just read them all off. Obviously, like guys like Jalen Carter are at the top.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what is going on with him. I think he accepted probation for all the speeding stuff and this and that. So
How much is he going to drop? I wonder.
That's my question.
Yeah.
We still took
How
him
much-
yesterday at number 5 to like the Seahawks.
I hear you,
Or we took him 6 with the Lions. Like, I just think it would be so hard to pass up those teams right there that could use
he can
one.
slide to 28.
Dude,
Well,
that's 28. I'm taking him. Screw the right
He can
tackle.
slide to 28. Put that gas mask meme over it. Let's see if he drops up.
Hey, man, they got these deep fakes nowadays, Cam. So we got creative fan base, too. Somebody could do an old deep fake video. Jalen Carter with the gas mask. Talking shit. Now, I will say, like, so we can bounce around with some of these names. I know a lot of people are eye on him, been talking about him. Dexter from Florida. 6'6", 310. You love the size. As I printed out this PFF stuff today, and this goes off of basically what PFF sees as their production. I printed off 3 pages of defensive tackles. He's not on it. He's not on the first 3 pages. Now, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's not on the first 4 pages of this print off. He's outside of the first 4 pages of this print off of production at Florida. And that's what I said. He has all the traits, all the stuff you love, but you don't always see it on tape. And this I've been saying that this whole process, and this from PFF backs it up. 65.7 overall, 70 on run defense, so he can stop the run some. But his pass rush is 55.2, and he's supposed to be a good pass rusher. And he's by far one of the lowest. Like, we want Kancey. A lot of people want Kancey, right? His pass rush grade was 92.4.
That's who I like.
That's what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even
we ain't gonna get him, but that's who I like.
So Carl Brooks from Bowling
yeah.
Green. Carl Brooks from Bowling Green, who's listed as a defensive end, but I think he's going to play tackle because he's 6'5", 300. His pass rush grade, 92. I know it's Bowling Green, a little lower competition, but it's pretty high grade.
Well, 92. That's
Audible
pretty good no matter
Warrior,
where you're at.
80.3. We talk about our guy AA, who I think is
AA,
making his way up to the
like.
first round.
Wait, do you see him as a first rounder? I thought they had him more marked like second round, more.
Yeah, but
Moving
he's
up,
moving up. He's
Well,
been on the move this whole time.
Right. He's just athletic as hell, dude.
Yeah, his RAS score was 9.85.
Uh-huh.
And he's 6'2", 284, 34-inch arm length. So that's one thing. Kancey had a little smaller arm length, but that's not even an issue with this guy. It's just he's not been as productive on tape. Trying to think some other grades here. Keanu Benton, 83.5. Brazil, 82 pass rush grades.
Brazil's
you start comparing all these guys in the 80s and 90s, and you're like, Gervin Dexter, 55.
Now, what's that? That's the thing is, when's that run going to happen? That run could happen in the first round.
Hey,
That could very well be, because the 2 more important things to me. Oh, go ahead. Was you about to say something, Greg?
no. There was another point I want to talk about, but continue where you were finishing up with, though.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. But yeah, for me, the 2 things that stood out for me, the Bengals in the big loss in the AFC Championship. 1, protect the 9. We ended the season the same way we ended the Super Bowl, with him on his ass. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 is we have to get.
Bruce.
I'm just saying.
What the fuck? Come on.
Respecting the show. But another thing is, but besides Joe Burrow being on the ground, we didn't get Mahomes on the ground.
Right.
Those two plays, which he scrambled out 3rd down in the red zone and got touchdowns on them. Instead of, if you take that and give him 3 instead of 6, we in the Super Bowl. We got to get sacks.
That's where I say we need it more up the middle, Cam.
Up the middle. Yes, up the middle, so those edge guys can work.
Yeah, because the edge guys are chasing him. They're going after him. And he's going this way. Exactly. There's nobody coming up the middle to get him. That's
where I'm looking at Dexter now. And his kind of his biography here, and they're saying however, he's not going to be a pass rusher in the NFL, and they don't predict him to be that. He'll most likely get subbed out on dime and sub packages, which mostly you gonna play on 2nd and 3rd downs. So that's not a guy I think we would take.
Well, he came into the season. I had this is the guy to look out for with a first round grade coming into the season, based on what all the experts was saying. So the guy I was watching a little more, and the more you watch him, I'm like, okay, second round, now third round. It's he just got,
right.
I've got in third round, you bet on the size and this and that, but I'm I don't even know if he was really there in the third. I know we've taken him in the mock once, but it was kind of a mix. Oh, I love Mozzie Smith. Don't get me started on that. I'd be surprised if he lasts till 60 also. So you either take him in the first or you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, Michigan. Yep.
Yeah, he's a big boy. So he could play Reader's role, but he's really good pass rush. So I've got him his run defense is 81.3, but he still gives you the pass rush of 68.5, which is he's good at both, and he's athletic freak. Yeah, Westish.
That's what they say. Westish. Wait, am
I
the one
that
can read?
We give the front office all kinds of credit. We don't think we know more than the front office. We don't do this show because we think we're smarter than the front office.
If we did, we'd be working for them.
we do it to speculate and have fun with it. So yeah, this is 100% like you're saying, a fun conversation. We're just we're trying to put together what we can, but we don't have any inside information. We don't know about the interviews. We don't know about injuries, medicals,
But if the Bengals ever want to let us know, that would help. Just throw it out there.
I just want to make phone calls. I want to make phone calls to Tennessee and be like, hey, Jefferson Simmons, Jonah Williams, third, fourth round pick. What we doing?
We'll be like the guy who's out there talking for Lamar Jackson. That's not supposed to be talking to teams about the contracts. We'll be those guys.
Oh, Ken Francis.
Yeah.
Now, what's the story with that? Because I never really even paid it any mind. What happened?
So this guy was just basically calling teams, acting like he was an agent or working for Lamar, and this guy don't have any credentials. Nobody knew who he was or anything like
Lamar
that.
Lamar don't know him either, right?
But they were actually fielding these guys' calls and listening to him. So that's why they had to send out.
You can do it. Just call him.
Hey, start making calls, man. See what kind of info I can get.
Hey,
right?
do not talk to this guy. He's a fraud.
Yes, this is Dale Altman from Bengals and Bruce. Oh, what do you guys feel about the Jonah Williams trade? Would you be willing to do it for a fourth round?
Sure, when they heard Dale Altman from Bengals and Bruce, click. Bengals and Bruce, they'd be like.
Did you guys, speaking of fake phone calls, do you guys remember when we got Mohamed Sanu in the third round? Someone pranked him.
Oh, man, that was, they called him in the first round. They called him in the first round.
I didn't know they called him in the first round. His whole family was excited. And then when they saw, that's when we drafted Kevin Zeitler. He was just all bummed out about that. I felt, can you imagine how bad? I had bad.
No, I can't. That's the dirtiest thing to do.
Dirty, dude. That's so dirty. I would never do that to anybody.
Yeah, no, I could never. I mean, I don't know how some people could do that. But no, Dale, there's one player that I was reading about that I can't pronounce his name. Tuli Tapudla from USC.
Yeah, Tuli, baby. We call him Tuli.
I like that guy. Burst.
Wait, try to say his name again.
How
do you say it? Tuli.
Dale, help me out here.
Tuli tongue twister.
Tuli Tapudla.
Bro, I ain't going to attempt it. That's why I say we call him Tuli.
All right, fine.
Hey, listen, even Anthony Cosenza, who is a USC fan, calls him Tuli.
I just wanted to hear Greg try to say it again.
Hey.
I know, he kept going. I'm telling you.
Dale, we'll call him D2 after the best Mighty Ducks movie.
That is not the best one. The original one's the best.
Screw you, Strawberry. But anyway, I'm calling him.
You have horrible taste in movies.
Either way, Greg, I'll tell you about him, right?
Right.
It's a guy I wish he was a defensive tackle because I would have moved him. He would have been right in the mix with all these other guys.
Yeah.
But he weighed in at 250. That man ain't playing D tackle in the NFL. He's an edge. Now, I'm not saying that means we're completely out on him. I love his tape. He had 13 and a half sacks last year. Good player. He's had a good process. I just think he's not a D tackle because some sites was listing him as D tackle, D end. But then once he weighed in at the combine and stuff, it was he's a DN mostly.
They value guys that can move around the line. Maybe he can move around, give him a try. That's
I hear what you're saying, but some of those guys that move inside, they're still 270, 280. And this guy's 250.
He just has to go to Burger King or something then.
It solves it all.
Go throw some man meat on him.
There you go.
That's the only reason. Player-wise, I like him. If they took him in the second round, I'd be fine with it, perfectly fine with it. And maybe he can play those downs. I'm just saying that's the thing. he weighed in a little smaller, but maybe that's not what he plays at. Maybe he does play at like 265, which then I could slide him inside. Maybe he just did that to test better because players do that all the time.
Well, yeah. Oh, geez, the tight end from UC. I can't think of his name now.
Wiley.
That's exactly what he did. He bulked up for the combine, and then he lost weight for UC's combine. So he did that, saying, "Look, I can play as a bigger tight end blocking guy."
Or some of them do the opposite. Some it just depends. Like, what's the knock on me, and I'll do the opposite.
Right. Yeah,
and then
he did both. So he can do it either way you want.
Yeah. So Cam, is there any guys that's your guy at 28 if he's there for defensive tackle, interior D line? Because I know we talk about right tackle, tight end, but a lot of people are high on interior D line.
Right. It was D line, man. It's a couple guys I will take. Obviously, we all would take. I think everybody would take Kansas, but if he's not there, a person that I would like, I do like Breesy a lot. I know he could fall. Maybe we had an awkward spot at 60 because I feel like he wouldn't necessarily make it to 60.
I'd be shocked.
28 might be a little high, but you're in that range where the players from I say 20 through 50 are almost the same. So if you're taking a guy in that range, then it qualifies. So I would like Brian Breesy if they take a defensive tackle.
Well, let me ask you guys, so what if Darnell Wright is there and one of these defensive ends or interior linemen we want?
You want to say, okay, so that's the biggest debate I think right now is if Kancey is there, because Kancey's the guy who's going to give you the most pass rush juice. You just know that he is going to do that, if nothing else. He's going to come in and he's going to get some pressure on the quarterback, and we want that. So if he's there, and then Darnell Wright, who we think is probably the most realistic and probably the best overall guy that could plug and play at right tackle in year one without any kind of athletic concerns. It's a tough conversation. I think I still take the right tackle because he'd probably start, and that would give me a chance to trade Jonah. But if Jonah's staying on the roster, give me Kancey.
Dale, I thought someone replaced you or something this morning. I thought someone did something with you because you were on DeJuan Jones for like the last 2 or 3 months, and you said Darnell Wright, and I'm like, oh my God.
Well, we like
Greg. I listen, and I talk to people, and if there's athletic concerns and he don't have a full athletic profile, you do have to put it into the mix. And I said, I still think he's an outlier, but I'm not going to be like the one guy who other people that I respect, if they're telling me something, they're like, no, I think this guy's better. This guy's better. I'm going to be like, all right, man, you guys have convinced me. Like, I'm not too proud. Like, I'm not a fucking expert. I'm just a guy who enjoys the process.
Dale, I rely on you, man. Come on, man. I'm just kidding.
And I can change my mind, Greg, based on what comes in.
Dale's not too proud to beg. It's fine.
Hey, Dale, it's like in draft day. Vontae Matt, no matter what, right?
See, I never have that. I never have that kind of attitude.
I don't want the Bengals to have that because there could
especially
be
when you're
there.
picking at 28.
Right, you can't have that.
It's this guy no matter what.
Right.
Yeah, I just want this guy at 28. I don't, and I'm not saying Dax Hill's going to be a bad player, but this year this guy at 28 has to play.
Yes.
No red shirt years. Right. This guy has got to play.
I agree.
That's why I'm a little worried about DeJuan Jones at 28.
Michael,
you talk about work ethic, not staying in shape, weight ballooning up and down. That's half of your job is to stay in shape in the offseason. So what, you going to go in the offseason and come back in training camp 400 pounds?
Now, these are all reports and stuff that is being thrown out there. That's once again stuff we don't personally know, but if you hear usually if there's enough smoke, there's a fire somewhere.
Which
right?
I'm okay with that. So say 28. Say we get Michael Mayer, which Greg would rip his shirt off and run around again, and then DeJuan Jones does drop down there, and we get him at 60. Dude, I'm good. I'm taking him.
Yeah, I'll take him at 60 now.
Yeah, I'm running to the table. All right. And then I think you go if you do that, if it falls with that, then I think you go cornerback.
But I want to let Cam finish his point on DeJuan Jones in general because it's a lot that's out there. There's a lot, and there's a lot of concerns, and that's part of. He's kind of explaining to you too, Greg, for me. Thank you, Cam. Continue.
Nah, no problem. It's just for me. Weight like that's part of you being a football player. Monitoring your weight, taking care of your body, that's half the battle. And if you're coming into one of the biggest moments of your life, far as a combine, for you to make millions of dollars and for you to achieve your dream, and allegedly you're close to 400 pounds, that's a concern for me to pick you at 28 where
Right.
you're getting guaranteed money like that. That's a concern for me. Like you said, everybody else said if he falls to 60, let's get him. He got
Right.
something to prove. Let's get him.
Mm-hmm.
But far as handing him something at 28 where he gets all this guaranteed money, uh, nah, I can't, especially when a guy that's half the battle, especially with you as an offensive lineman, man. You gotta come in and halfway decent shape.
So
It concerns me big time.
So, Kim, I take it you weren't that thrilled with Andre Smith that year, right?
At the time, no. At the time, I wasn't. I thought it was a terrible pick, especially at 7.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was
A lot of us
very,
did.
very high.
I was
But
not, yeah.
he did turn out to be. People hate Andre Smith.
I was gonna say, you look back at that draft in hindsight. The guy
Yeah,
who went
Andre
2
Smith
was
was not
ass.
bad.
Yeah, he was like
Yeah.
one of the best dudes from
Right.
the draft.
He actually
was
turned
a
out good.
tackle,
Right.
and we're still trying to fix the right tackle spot since he's been gone.
Yep.
Yes. He was one of the best right tackles. People said he was a bust. That's not true. He's
No.
one
We
of the
haven't fixed that right tackle position since.
Dude,
we
I've
get
had that
spoiled,
conversation.
we get spoiled, and that's the difference between like saying someone's average. We've been wanting average on this line for a long time.
Yes.
And then it's like, now that, some other players are getting better, that's the whole thing with Jonah. It was like, well, he was average. We'll take average because 2 years ago,
Yes.
average was the best we had.
That goes to my point about Jonah playing right tackle. He might be above average at right tackle. I mean, you don't know that. That's where I'm like,
Coach Cam, let me ask you this. Tell me, is it easy to switch from left to right to left or left to right? Is it easy or is it harder than it looks?
I'll say it's easier to move from left tackle to right tackle.
Okay.
well, and the Browns said the same
But what
thing.
the Bengals do sometimes that I don't care for is that they move them to guard. Like Jackson Carman came in as a left tackle. We tried him to start him out as a right guard originally.
Right.
Now that is something that's bad. That takes a lot of changing as far as footwork, muscle memory, and things like that. That's hard to do. But left and right tackle, that's kind of something that could be a faster process. But when you talk about switching position guards and stuff like that, that's where I disagree with.
I agree with you on that one. I think we all can agree that did not work out well.
Now, what about this? Westish put this up there, and Dale put it up for a little bit. So, what if somebody like Cody Mock falls into the second? That would make up for early pass on Darnell, which it would. But I don't know if he'd fall to 60.
He ain't following.
Yeah, he's ranked higher than Dwan Jones. So,
Dude, but if we got Cody Mock, Cincy Shirts will have a shirt out in a couple of hours with him. His face, someone's gonna put his face on his shirt.
Yeah, y'all will have to for sure.
Right.
For sure.
I mean, I like where your head's at there, Westish, but I just don't see Mock falling to 60. There's a better chance right now of Dwan Jones falling because of all the stuff we just talked about, the Mock right now. Yeah. I think, anyway.
What, Jeff?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. Don't worry about it. Where you been at?
Checking on my dog.
Did you pee on your dog? Why do you like peeing on your dog?
I don't do that.
Coach Kid's like, what are you two talking about?
All right, so this one I wanted to mention. So Cody Mock, I think he's more of an interior lineman.
Yeah,
he'd be good for depth, but
would you? That's what we were just talking about. Would he drop? Do you think he dropped to 60?
Maybe. I mean, I think that's in the range where I would take him.
Really? You think he's that?
No, I think he's a mid second round guy to a late second round guy. He could go in the mid second round.
I'll say he's more higher second. But hey, what do I know? I don't know anything.
We really gotta hope that a run on these positions happen on positions we don't need. I mean,
Right.
When you're drafting at 28, like we're not used to this. This is our second year. Recently drafting below 20.
Right.
Like it's
late 20s, especially.
Like,
we had that pick 21.
Yep. So we don't know. Like nobody, like you said before y'all did y'all mock draft, nobody had Dax Hill in sight. We were all talking about Khalil Elam. We were talking about different guy, but nobody even talked about Dax Hill until about a couple days before the draft.
Yep.
Yep.
So what we how
Karlaftis was my like dream, but he didn't get there till like it was like Karlaftis might fall, and then it's like shit, he really fallen.
So how would you guys feel if they drafted a corner at 28?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I know you need a young corner, like you were just saying, but I mean, I just don't.
Because the Bengals are not scared to do that. They've done that multiple times.
No, I'm just saying though.
I would be disappointed in the first round, especially after this signing with this, and we got Cheeto. Okay, so we got Cheeto, we got CTB. That's our young corner also. Right. And Cheeto, if he has another good season, why not try to extend him?
Exactly.
As well. But so Cheeto, and you've got CTB, you've got Hilton, who's got 2 years left on his deal. Jalen Davis got 2 years left on his deal. He pretty much backs up Hilton. And now we just brought in Sidney Jones, and there's no reason he might not be here for a couple of years. You know, if he plays solid, he might be that guy we resign like we've been doing with Eli for a couple of years. 1 year deals, 1 year deal.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, is it that pressing? I know you look at it, you're like, 1 year deals are scary. But do you take that in the first round for guys? Because once again, that would be a guy sitting on the bench, right? Like Dax last year.
Well, Cam, like we were just talking about, Cam, if we draft a corner in the first round, chances of that guy getting significant playing time immediately are probably, can't you agree, like really slim, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to think so, but then we have to think how quick will ZA be back? Because I looked at the injury to Tre'Davious White. He didn't get back to the middle of the season. And when he got back in the middle of the season, to be honest, he wasn't that great.
He wasn't right.
Now, when you tear ACL as a corner, it's a difference. People just saying, will ZA be back? Yeah, he will be, but will he be the same? Like we're talking about cutting, planting, turning on that knee. That's a different. It's going to take a while for him to become the Cheeto that we know. I wouldn't necessarily rule it out. The Bengals are known for first round corners. Like we bring them in, we draft them. But my thing is pass rush and the trenches, either side of the ball, should be the main focus of the first round. If we can't get that, then maybe tight end, but that has to be the focus.
That's what I was going to get to next was, are you completely out on tight end, or is it basically like, okay, if we can't get let's say Kansas Braziz off the board, and then it's like, all right, is there anybody there you want to take at 28? Probably not. You know, it would feel like a slight reach for Mozzie Smith's my next guy. And then if we're talking, if we don't trust Jones and Wright's gone, I look at Anton Harrison more as a left tackle. I'm not saying he couldn't make the switch, but he's played more left tackle. And it seems like he's a natural left tackle. Going to be probably a pretty good left tackle in the NFL.
Yeah, he'll be good.
But Dale, Mozzie Smith, isn't he more of like a nose tackle? I mean, he's not really a three tech, is he?
He is, but that's why I wanted to say the grades. Like he is more of a nose tackle body, but he's also a guy that's, all this testing is like freakish, elite. Like he was the Feldman guy who always does the freak list every year. He was number one on his freak list for all this.
He sounds very similar to that kid. Who's that kid who came out of UConn last year? Travis Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who he sounds like a little bit. Travis Jones, because we really didn't have a need for him. But I know we didn't take him, but he was a freakish athlete. I remember Goodberry was really high on last year. If that's the best player, you still have to think about it,
Yeah. No, Mozzie's body type, he's 6'3", like 337. I think he weighed in less than that at the combine, but he's a big dude.
Oh, wow.
But very athletic, good run defender. He's more, he'd be a hell of a replacement, but we don't really want to replace DJ, but he is last year of his contract.
Yep.
But once again, it's at 28, and we keep going back to that, right? The same thing with corner. We want a guy that's going to come in and pretty much we know he's got a chance to start.
Right.
Because look at what the Chiefs did. They had 5 starters or something from their draft class last year?
Yes. That kid, I'll tell you what, their corners were terrible all year, but who was that kid they got? The kid from Washington. I know there was 2 Washington corners. What was the kid's name?
Trent McDuffie.
They traded up.
I like Trent McDuffie and Karlaftis, and they took both of them in the first round.
They traded up to get Trent McDuffie, and it paid off big time because he performed damn well, near the end of the season in the Super Bowl. Trent McDuffie did. So that trade up panned out very well for them. I thought we were going to get Andrew Booth, honestly, and I really didn't want him. And because of his injury history. So
Yeah, the injuries was his knock, but that was a lot of people was mocking him, and but Dax fell, and they liked Dax better as a prop. Like he was graded higher, but I almost it's one of those things. Like I think the old Bengals would have still taken Andrew Booth and been like,
oh yeah, oh easily in the Marvin era, they would have taken Andrew Booth.
Yep.
Because they traditionally don't take safeties in the first, and they traditionally don't take defensive line. Last one's been Justin Smith, that they've taken a D line in the first round.
Well, yeah, you hear the word traditional, but this is not the same traditional Bengals. See,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I think they would take a Cansey or a Brzee. I don't think they'd hesitate to do that. Just will they be there?
But Dale, I want to touch upon Brzee. I read a little bit about him. Maybe you have a better sense with him. He's got all physical traits, but he kind of reminds me of Grover a little bit. They said he's average production, lacks anchor, plus also medical issues. Is that accurate in your opinion?
You're talking about Dexter? You said Grover.
No, Brzee, but I compare him to Dexter. He's kind of like Dexter. He's got all physical traits, but he's got average production and all that. And that's what kind of concerns me a little bit.
But way better pass rusher still already. But yes, he was expected. He was the number one recruit coming out of high school.
Yeah,
so he was expected to be way better than what he's produced. But he still produced way better than Dexter. But last year, his sister died and stuff like that. And I mean, stuff like that is very hard to, quantify and how much that affected him or not.
No, that's true. That is right. That is correct right there. Yeah.
What? Another thing too about college ball these days, which is different back from maybe even just 10 years ago. Once these teams are out of contention for a major bowl game, they start to just mail it in. I hate that. I'm not building excuses for the players. I'm not, because at the end of the day, you're still supposed to play hard. But with the notion and how everything is moving in college football and college sports in general, once these teams lose about 2 or 3 games, they know the season's over. They know if you're going pro, I'm just focused on my pro day combine. I'm not even going to this bowl game, this goldstarchili.com bowl. I'm not going to that. I'm getting ready for the dress. So I mean, I don't want to excuse the lack of production from Brzee or Dexter because it's unexcusable. But I know for a team like Florida who lost a lot of games early, it was their season was over. You know what I mean? And
that's fair.
And I hate for kids to be like that now, but it's just the nature of the beast. Mentally, they check out. When they don't have a chance to win anything,
they almost have to be to protect themselves too. To be honest,
they ain't trying to get hurt.
Injured. Yeah, I don't fault any of them for doing that stuff.
No. So Dale, let me ask you this: when Nick Bosa got hurt. Sorry.
I just wanted to get this comment in with our conversation because, I do have a ton of faith in Marion Hobby as the D-line coach. So whether we're talking Dexter or we're talking Brzee or any of these guys that were you expected to see more out of them, I do think Marion, whoever it is, has a good chance to get the best out of them. So maybe you did gamble on the traits and stuff a little more than you would otherwise. Because I do have a lot of faith in him.
I have a lot of faith in Hobby because I thought if Ludini left, I thought Marion would be the next up to be our D coordinator. And I still think that's going to happen if Lou leaves next year. But yeah, Marion is very, very, very good coach. Very good coach.
I don't think any of us disagree with this at this moment right now, Greg. If Wright's there at 28, we got a right tackle for 10 years, or at least we think we do.
Yeah.
So I think we'd all be very happy if that was the draft result. And Cansey, I'd be happy if that was there's a lot of guys I'd be very happy. You guys want to do a mock draft?
Let's do this.
I'm always jonesing for a mock draft. Cam, you got some time?
I got time.
Want me to set it up?
Let's do this.
I've got it. I already set it up.
I was thinking about setting that up, then my dog started barking.
But Dale, my question was going to be to you is when Nick Bosa got hurt and then he says, look, I'm not playing for the rest of the year because of my draft position. Did you honestly blame him for sitting
Hell no. They weren't playing for a championship.
Nope.
But you're not playing for a championship.
That's how these teams feel.
I had buddies of mine saying, if that was me, I would have honored and played on my
I know. Well, and it's getting better. You don't hear that shit as much nowadays with transfer portal, this, that, and the other, and these guys can make some money. But man, people used to be like that. And it's no, if you're out of it and
Who was the linebacker from Notre Dame that played in the bowl game against Ohio State? That
I know who you're talking about, but that
Crip,
started.
what are you talking about?
what?
I don't know what Crip's talking about. He got hold in. Crip, I ain't mad at nobody. What the hell are you talking about, Crip?
And nobody knows what Crip's talking about.
Yeah. Smoke a cigarette for me, by the way. I'll do it.
No, the Strawberry. Ever since that dude got hurt, I know he was supposed to be like a top 5 pick, and he fell.
He's a first round pick, and he got hurt. And
I know.
I mean, he got drafted, but
out of Notre Dame, I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Was it you talking about Jalen Smith?
Yes.
Yeah, that's who. Yeah. I mean, it's worked out, but he lost
it
money.
didn't work out for Jalen Smith. Like he lost. He didn't.
Well, I mean, he's still playing, but I mean,
right there. No offense, that trade right there, I'm taking that.
What? It was like you're falling all the way to the end of the second round.
No, it wasn't. It was the second pick, and it was like 41. Was it?
It was this.
Not that one.
I thought it was that one.
Already, but...
This one, they're asking you to fall. This one's kind of silly. The Chiefs want to trade up. We got to see who's on the I don't know who's on the board. I see 60. That's probably Kansas, honestly.
Yep.
Well, I see Kansas.
They want us to trade down 3 picks, give us a 4th, a 5th rounder, next year 3rd and 4th. Chiefs giving us all kinds.
If that's a real life trade, I will 110%.
I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'm going to just
not accept that.
Not do the trades here, and I want to go through like who's been picked. Damn, I would take that in a heartbeat, even though it's the Chiefs. Like,
and there ain't no way the Chiefs would do that.
they wouldn't help us without them picks.
They gonna try to help us out.
Oh, it's Van Ness, so that kind of sucks.
Whoa,
I'm not
Van
high
Ness
on him.
is nasty though.
Damn.
I'm not high on. He's all right. So I know.
I need Mahomes on the ground. That's all I'm thinking about. So I don't care how we get him on the ground. I need him on the ground.
So they got Richardson going 1st overall in this mock.
What?
Yeah, I went back to the.
Hey, you're right. They got Stroud.
Anthony Richardson 1st overall, Stroud 2nd. They got Wilson going 3rd.
They obviously don't know Lamar's going to the Colts. That's why they got Young there.
They got Bryce Young.
But I'll just kind of skip through till we see some. Paris Johnson to Tennessee. I guess they don't want to trade anymore. They got their left tackle. Broderick Jones, another left tackle to the Jets. Jalen Carter to Pittsburgh. Come on, dog. Come on.
I would not want to see that.
Michael Mayer in Detroit.
No. Michael Mayer to Detroit. Nolan Smith to Tampa Bay. Kancey to Seattle. So, man, that just hurt right there.
Look at that.
Ambrosy.
Back.
5 of them right there. Carter, Mayer, Smith, Kancey, Brzee. Miles Murphy, Deontay Banks, Darnell Wright. Oh,
Jesus.
My gosh, what a run. Man, and then Bijan, who, like, if you're like, oh, let's go crazy,
right before us.
Going one spot before.
To the Bills.
I don't like this draft already.
I don't like it either. Reset.
But to me, that's how it felt last year. We were looking for all these guys, expected to be there, and none of them.
That's how it happens. This is making it tough on us. So now we've got like the other 3 tight ends, which Kincaid's back issues worry me.
That's why I have a hard time taking him because of all the back issues, man.
Yeah,
Washington's lack of production scares me. So there's Mozzie if you're like, and like I said, he's not the pass rusher that KNC or Brazil.
What tackles? They got any tackles?
I'm gonna get there. So Keely Ringo and Forbes. I'm not completely out on those guys at this pick, but once again, we just said they're probably setting the bench, right?
Yeah.
Then do we go crazy and get Jahmyr Gibbs, the other running back, back-to-back running backs? Then Harrison and Jones. So you've got some tackles.
I'm taking Ness.
And then Van Ness at edge. And Brian Branch at safety. We
ain't gonna go. Or I might get crazy and take Branch.
I mean, if we wouldn't have brought in the guy on a 3-year deal.
Right. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I'm going to the running back from Alabama. I don't know, man. I know it's back. It'd be back running back.
But they're running. He's exciting. He is exciting.
Yeah,
but once again, we're going back against everything we said in the beginning.
Right. But you might have to, like Cam said, this is what happens in the draft.
Like look at what we got to work with.
Right.
I know,
Like,
but
honestly,
I
if
go
it's
back
this-
to the tackles, which I still think Harrison's a left. And now we just had this whole conversation on DeJuan. So, but damn, it's like this is when I would want to take DeJuan in a situation like this.
Yeah.
Because
man, if it's
I mean,
this, I'm trading
we ain't
back.
never taken Van Ness in a
Yeah,
mock, so.
dude, I was just about to say that. Let's go with
I'm
Van Ness.
trading
We've never
back. I'm
taken him
not
before.
forcing none of this.
Yeah.
Like
Now, what I'm saying is if we take Van Ness, do we think he's a guy, or maybe that lets Hubbard slide in more on pass downs at 3 tech? You know, there's a way to work it in and still maybe get your pass rush
Right.
juice.
Well, Osai could be slide inside too. Some, but he's probably more Hubbard or whatever. Let's go with Van Ness. Just go with Van Ness.
Let's do it.
Let's try it.
Let's do this.
Let's get crazy.
Van Ness. I like it.
My boy left. He's gone.
Pass rush. Oh, we don't want that.
No.
Yeah, we definitely don't want that.
No.
That's ugly.
God, this draft sucks. There's Laporta second round.
Shit, you looking at Laporta.
Huh?
Oh, Strawberry, check your phone.
What we got at tackle left?
I got to read this before Greg explodes. From Field Yates, the Bengals hosted D lineman Terrell Basham and D tackle Street. I may say his first name on free agent visits.
Never heard of them.
So who now?
Terrell Basham. You know heard? I've heard Terrell Basham.
That's
I heard Basham before.
Yeah, and then Contavious Street.
Yeah. I've heard of both of those guys. Street, I don't know enough about. But Basham's been in the league as an edge guy. I don't know how great he's been, but he was like a second-round pick or something.
okay. That's something to think about. What position did the other guy play?
D tackle and DN, I think.
Yeah, D tackle. Yeah, exactly. D tackle, DN.
So
hey, maybe that's. Hey, if they're looking to add some more edge rush, well, hey, we got you with this mock.
Right.
So Bergeron's a guy here. I don't know if he's a right tackle. I think he's more of a guard probably than anything, but I don't know.
Got Freeland. I don't know if I take him a second round though.
And there's Dexter, who we've talked about, which I would not be comfortable taking him in the second.
No.
Tight end Laporta
You
and
looking
Kraft.
like Laporta.
Laporta, no, Tucker Kraft, I think could easily slide up a lot of boards. I like Tucker Kraft a lot.
Well, I have Kraft rated above Laporta. It's not by a lot.
Now I do have a question.
He's a
Now
little
we
bigger.
know this is a statement, I should say. Now we do know that this is the round where they love running backs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
What do they got
round
running-
2.
Let's look at that. What do they got running back?
Take a look.
Charbonnet was there. I love a chain and I love his tape, but he's very small. Like, and he's
I'll
No,
wait on
oh,
Sanjay
no.
Spears.
Oh,
I like
Spears.
Charbonnet's gone. Yeah, never
Spears is
mind.
Yeah,
there.
I'm waiting on Spears then.
I like Spears, but yeah, I'm with you, Cam. I think we might be able to get Spears in the third.
Yeah. So I'm looking, honestly, the way this has fell is either between Bergeron at tackle, and you hope you can make him a right tackle, or you've just got some good O-line depth,
Right.
or Laporta or Kraft.
I would go Laporta.
This is disgusting.
I like Kraft. I'm liking
I
Kraft.
know. I don't love it. I don't
But
love
I
it.
mean, we don't have a tight end, so that's where I'm like,
Okay,
Yeah,
but
I
I
might
like
have to go with
Kraft.
Laporta or Kraft.
Yeah.
Well, Greg won't Kraft.
I
don't care.
I'm liking Kraft.
I take one of the tight ends at this
But
point.
no, Laporta, I'm not against Laporta. I just think Kraft would fit us more. He's a lot bigger. Kraft just seems like he's a little bit more of a small tight end. I just don't know if the Bengals use that. I'm not going to be mad about Laporta, but I'm liking
We've taken Laporta like 8 times. Same thing with DeJuan Jones, right?
Yes.
Kraft.
Let's go Kraft.
We've taken Kraft, I think, once before.
Yeah, we have taken him before. I know that. We've
But
done
that might
we've
even
done
been
mock
in the
drafts.
third round.
Yeah.
Now let's hope one of these running backs here
Yeah. Well,
or tackle now.
Oh, no. Bergeron fell to the third. That's hard to pass up.
He's still there.
At
Oh,
that
wow.
point. Wow. I would have taken
Lock
him in the
it in.
second.
Lock
Ooh,
it.
So a
somebody
chain,
took Spears.
man, my Texas A&M guy.
Yep.
No, Dale. This is like Vontae Matt no matter what here, man. Don't overthink this.
Yeah, I think you're going to tackle.
Go for the tackle, bro. Wisconsin, man. one of the best tackle schools in the
Well, he's from Syracuse.
Syracuse.
But
close enough.
good thought, Greg. Good thought.
I thought it was
Close enough. New York, Wisconsin.
close enough. It's the same country. It's the same country.
Same country.
So I seen Jerome said, I like Jaden Reed in the 4th round. Punt returner, he's going to be your slot of the future.
Bengals have met with him too.
Yeah,
What's
I like
running
him. But Sean Tucker, he had
Kenny McIntosh. I'm all in.
man, I don't know. He's a good
All in,
pass
don't
catcher.
care.
Look,
I love Kenny
McBride
McIntosh.
isn't that bad.
I think he's special. I think he could be special.
I think we could get Kenny McIntosh around from now.
Yeah.
If not, I think Eric Gray is just as good of a prospect.
That's what I was saying.
They're both like
and
PFF wise, they're both the best pass catchers. They're 1 and 2.
And Gray, well, you keep saying has a lot of tread on his tire. He wasn't used a ton. So
yeah, Gray was in a rotation, but so was McIntosh.
So was McIntosh. They use like 5 running backs at
right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But I don't know. I'm kind of willing to take Reed here just because, like, I know that it's not pressing need at wide receiver, but he gives you the punt returner. If this is his last year, you keep it rolling with you've got your slot receiver for next year.
Are we ignoring corner?
Ooh, we got corner.
That's good. That's a good one to look at.
Yeah.
Oh, Darius Rush. Oh, come on now.
Ooh.
He's had a great process, tested well, everything.
Yeah, Rush has.
And then D line, I don't love anything there. Colby wasn't solid, but
so is he a cornerback or wide receiver?
I like Rush and I like Reed.
But we signed a corner now, and we don't have.
That's what I'm saying. But this is 4th round.
Right.
This 4th round, Strawberry. I don't know, bro.
Come on, we in the war room. We got about 3 minutes left.
Together.
Who you liking, Cam? Jaden Reed? Because I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to roll the dice on running back for the next round.
Okay, you rolling dice on running back.
So it's between Reed and Rush.
Rush.
I got to go Rush.
I think so too. I don't usually see him fall this far.
Yeah.
Go Rush.
So I do want to look at tight end. There's Payne Durham and Wiley. I know we took Kraft, but I think that's a position to double down.
Wiley, let's do. Everybody help me out here.
But we still need a running back.
Oh, that's what I was saying. There's Eric Gray. Mm.
Oh,
And Pittsburgh. Oh,
Israel. Take him.
Yeah.
Take him.
Yeah. Izzy's only 20 years old.
Yep.
Just take him.
I mean, we got Izzy. Yep. Let's get it.
Let's get him, Dale. Yep. Israel.
Ooh.
All right. I'm good with that. Hey, I'm liking this draft.
Hell yeah.
I thought y'all hated the draft originally.
Well, no, Cam, you're in here with us, man. This is why we're doing good now. We got a coach here now.
It started with Ness, baby. Van Ness.
All right, let's see our running backs. Let's go back to get Wiley.
Oh man, Wiley did fall. That's nasty. But I like Jonathan Mingo at receiver. But
no.
Hey, man, can I speak, Greg? Greg, you ain't got to shoot your entire load right away.
Dale, no.
You got to talk about it, Greg. You got to,
I don't want to talk about it.
You got to warm up. You got to,
Dale,
foreplay, Greg.
You can't
don't do this to me.
You got to warm it up. You got to.
I'm not warming nothing up. I want Wiley.
You can't be a minute man. You got to,
I don't care.
But listen to me. Jonathan Mingo is I think he's going to be a damn good NFL wide receiver. He's not going to give you that. But, if we're looking to add another wide receiver in the room that could end up being an outside receiver and if Boyd leaves, allow Chase to play in the slot more. You'd have Mingo and Higgins on the outside. I'm telling you, that would be good. But Cam, tell me why I should take Josh Wiley.
Because he can catch.
Is your name Cam?
Josh Wiley honestly could be a special tight end in the league, man. Vastly underused, very versatile. Can split him out wide, can put him in the slot. That'll be hard to pass up in this scenario when you talk about.
Now look at this. We got in the chat. We got Mingo.
We got a lot of the chat named Mingo.
Coach here.
Mingo.
Listen to coach.
We've got Mingo. We got Mingo 4.46 40. I think he's like one of the only. I don't even know that he'd be the slot, Keith. Honestly, because I think he's one of the one of the rare guys with size. I think he's like 6'3".
See, that's not a slot guy to me.
I know, but that's why I didn't say he was. I said I think he'd be an outside guy, and Jamar could get in the slot more snaps and cook from the slot.
Jamar does line up in the slot. I don't know, but I want Wiley.
I mean,
like a 12-year-old.
with our tight end situation right now, I would have to go Wiley.
Why?
Why?
Because he brings up good points. I mean,
I don't want no points. You don't.
He's starting to change my mind. I'm thinking we go wide receiver.
You know what, Strawberry? I don't think about you anymore.
Hey, look, Greg, you run our streak of A's.
All right, fine. Just take Mingo.
We probably could have taken Mingo and we would have had an A. We took Wiley in the sixth round even, and got a B+.
Hey, I'll still take him if they don't know what they're talking.
Yeah, I'm taking Wiley in the 6th.
No doubt. And here's where even though we took Bergeron at tackle, Warren McClendon is sitting here in the 7th round from Georgia.
Parker is very high on him. Take him.
I thought you wanted Wiley.
I thought we already took Wiley.
We did.
But see, now wide receivers dried up here, so like that kind of sucks. And I don't love any of these interior line. Obviously, tight ends. I could have easily taken Braden Willis here and not taken Wiley in the last round.
Forget it. Just take Leonard Taylor too. Just take all Bearcat.
Take it then. Do it, Dale.
Hey, what about the?
I'm thinking Saldivari from Old Dominion.
What about the punter there? If the guy from Michigan State is he there?
Ooh, yeah, because Drew.
Ooh.
Yeah, Behringer. I like him.
Yeah.
Hey, and they finally put some respect on his name. Moved up to punter 1. How long have I been saying that he's the best punter? Thank you.
Yeah, because we can't have none of them line drive punts, man.
You put him there.
We got a C for that, but it's a punter.
Hey, that's your fault, Dale, not mine.
No. Hey, he's going to be a starter.
Hey, that's a great.
How many starters you getting in the 7th round?
We got 5A.
This is good.
This is a good draft.
I'll take that.
Your first 5
if
picks.
That was our draft. I'll take that.
Thanks, Coach.
So we got Lucas Van Ness at edge. It's going to open up somebody to move in 3. And guess what?
Yep.
We're still going to sign. We're going to sign in free agency another 3 tech.
Yes.
Yeah, there's still guys out there that we signed.
I got a feeling we're going to pull one of them BJ Hill type trades before camp.
No, I agree with you, Cam.
I feel like somebody going to get robbed by Duke Tobin.
Hey, think about this. We could easily add a fourth or third round draft pick here to this, with the Jonah Williams trade. Although we would have had to go off offensive line, but still.
Hey, all right. So we were talking about trading our third and Jonah for Simmons. Okay, our third ended up being another offensive lineman. Hey, Titans, you want to really beef up your line? I know in this draft that they took a lineman, Paris Johnson, but let's pretend they didn't. We'll give you Jonah and Bergeron. And we'll add Simmons at 3 tech. You had Simmons with Van Ness on the D line.
But then I throw it back there. Who plays right tackle?
Yeah, we're fucked.
That's the only tackle we
got
took.
Matthew, but we got Matthew Bergeron or whatever his name is.
Well, he's saying we wouldn't if we trade a third round pick.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That would have been our third.
Yeah.
All right. So Van Ness, we got our pass rush guy. We got a guy a lot of people think goes top 15. So you got him at 28. He's best on the board. So that's
I like him a lot.
I would take that.
BPA, baby.
There you go. This is probably the best one I've seen yet, too. We doubled down on tight end.
Well, it's because Cam's here. That's the reason we did so.
Well, I had to yank Wiley out of you guys like crazy.
You want to yank Wiley? We know you want to yank Wiley. You might not want to tell everybody you want to yank
Wiley.
Wiley.
You guys
I froze up there. I think I'm back, but it's still a low connection.
You're back. We can hear you.
But I was saying best player available to coach. That was our strategy in the first round, right?
Yep.
And then Kraft at tight end. Bergeron, we're going to develop at tackle, hopefully. Rush at corner. Abanaconda at running back. I like it, especially 5th round. That's a steal. Man. Wiley in the 6th. That's crazy. Woo-hoo! And then we got our starting punter.
All right. Talk about the 2 guys that the Bengals looked at today. Contavious Street is from Willie Lutz. Contavious Street said it would be a nice piece to the stack in the Bengals defensive room. Played 518 snaps, 19 pressures, and 3.5 sacks for the Saints in 2022 would be an ideal player at 3 tech to help.
There we
the
go.
load Off so
There we go. That
Cam,
maybe
you just said
help
that.
us and take away some of the stuff that we need maybe
Right.
from Cam.
So there you go. Cam, you're
And
just
then
talking
you
about
feel
my
more
son.
comfortable taking a Van Ness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now we stacking the quarterback, baby.
There you go.
Yep.
See,
Jonah, you're playing right tackle.
I think Cam had the inside knowledge on that. I
Hey,
think
I
he
don't
knew
have no
that.
inside knowledge. The only inside knowledge I got for you, Jeff, is bad news, though. I'm sorry.
What's that?
Landers Nolly declaring for the draft.
What?
Who is?
Oh, crap. Well, that's not
Bearcat
surprising.
basketball.
Yeah.
I had to tell Jeff, Jeff, he's a big
I was hoping
Bearcat
he'd come back for
like
another
me.
year. But no. Dude, hey, who's the big tall kid that if he classifies, he might come to the Bearcats. You know what I'm talking about?
Flory.
Yeah.
Bermuda.
He's like 6'10", 7 foot, something like that. If they get him, we might.
Yeah, we hired his handler last year as an assistant coach. So hopefully they're trying to make that connection to get him here.
Right.
By his handlers, the coach.
I've only heard us is the only school that he's really talking about going to. So I think it's almost a done deal. Just hope that he can reclassify and come in
this year.
This year.
Yep.
Yeah, this coming year. Because going to Big 12, we gotta get some big boys. We gotta get some hype. We got to.
All right, man.
Yep, you're right about
Everybody
that.
want to plug their stuff here for we end this one?
Yeah, Cam, you go first. Plug your stuff.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Time Out with Coach Cam coming up next week. I'm starting the high school series. High school football. High school coaches will come on, talk about kind of preview their season. So next Monday, 7 p.m., I'll start off with Taylor High School. So make sure you tune in. Time Out with Coach Cam on YouTube. It'll be on Facebook Live as well.
Hey, and then any of these that you want to hop on at 3:30, just let me know. You got my number.
Actually, I was gonna.
Hey, you just let me know, brother.
Well, actually,
Well,
I was gonna
I'm just
ask
saying,
if you want to jump on with me tonight because Dale might be wussing out on me. I got Andrew Fox Miller. I don't know if you're busy or not, Cam. You want to jump on with me?
You said it's 5:30.
Yeah.
I should be able to. If not, I'll let you know. But I should be able to.
Okay, I'll send you a link. Hopefully that guy will jump on, but I don't know if he's going to or not. He's
okay.
Well, if Cam's gonna hop, I mean, hey, I'm tired, man. It was a bad day at work. One of those days where you're just like, all right, I'm gonna come do this show and then I'm gonna take it easy the rest of the evening. But yeah, so if you want to hop on anything, I know you said you had free, a few days out of the week. So any of those you want to hop on, we're probably gonna keep doing the 3:30 thing, probably through this, a couple weeks here and there. We might take a little break, a few days.
I'll be taking a break here a little bit. I'm going on vacation.
Yeah, and then after the draft, but yeah, in the same time, just let us know.
Zeke Natty, what are you gonna plug?
Appreciate you, Cam. Who day, man?
No problem. Thank you.
Tell you what, tonight we got Adam Ronell, who is the creator of Three-Way City, on the show. He's going to be talking about his company. I mean, Three-Way City is a good up-and-coming company. Cool thing about Three-Way City, doesn't represent any chili place. You can wear this into Gold Star, Skyline, Camp Washington Chili, Dixie Chili. It's going to be a cool show tonight on Rally Around the Natty.
It's not gay if it's in a three-way.
What? Oh.
All right, Greg. Who day, brother?
Who day?
My turn?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much already said it. But...
Yeah, love you. You watch me at 5:30. Hopefully, this guy will jump on with me right here. This is my boy, my brother from another mother. But if not, it sounds like Coach Cam's going to be on. I got Andrew Fox Miller. We're going to be discussing 28. I said Darnell Wright or Michael Mayer.
What's the rest of your week looking like? Because I hop on most days. So tell us what you got on the upcoming.
I don't know. I have to look. I don't know if I have anybody. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow's. Yeah, I forgot about tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be cool. So what I say about I got the guys who wrote the book from Bulldog to Bengal, the story of Joe Burrow. They're going to be on my show tomorrow.
Yeah, which I probably won't do that one either.
Well, that's okay. That's 2 down. And then I don't have a Wednesday yet.
All right, I'll do that one. I like attention.
So there you go. And then I'm going to be on vacation for about 10 days. So you might have to wait and see when
I'll just be doing your show myself.
Oh, that's what I told you. You can do. You got control. You can just jump on and do stuff.
This is sports because I'm going back to this is sports with Strawberry Dale.
Strawberry Ice. Screw Bengals talk.
Strawberry Dale. And then my name's Strawberry Dale.
Exactly. I think you should. I think you'd be a good guest host. That'd be great.
Yeah, you just want me to get guests. Then it's like I don't. It's hard enough getting guests for my own show. I ain't gonna sit on there and talk to myself.
The thing is, if you set the show up, I could just jump on my phone.
Oh
and say, hey,
yeah, it'd be easier then.
I can still be here. We're a team, buddy. We're a team.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know how many days we're doing this week. I don't know. It depends. Maybe we'll get some more news to talk about. I'm up in the air on tomorrow just because I'm like, I feel like we've kind of went over the biggest needs, especially like we could do an episode on corner, but maybe I'll just save that until Wednesday. So
corners should be an interesting one, dude. I don't.
Well, I mean, my daughter's birthdays are this week too. One's Tuesday, one's Thursday, but I mean, they don't really care. They're like, we already did something Saturday.
They're getting too old to care anymore. Like, whatever.
Yeah. There's no like, they're not having a party. Yeah, one's 13, one's 17. It's like,
do you even have Chuck E. Cheese out there? I mean,
we do not have a Chuck E. Cheese. We have a Gaddy's though. So Gaddy's is like it's a pizza buffet, and then they have like a game room and stuff like you would have.
So that's where you went. Okay.
Chuck E. Cheese. No, we didn't go. No, we just got some pizzas and my 17-year her girlfriend came over and they had pizzas and ice cream cake.
There you go. Did she blow out did you at least put the candles on the pizza or anything?
No. Well, my other daughter, it's like her birthday too, so it's like, okay, whatever. But anyways, no, they just lit a home candle.
They just lit a home candle. Yeah. They really don't care. They're like, whatever.
No, well, that's what I said. Do you guys want to go to the movies tomorrow and watch something at the theater?
What do you want to go watch?
Like my younger daughter was like, yeah, we could do that, but it's my older daughter's birthday. And she was like, no. And I'm like, no.
Hey, at least you tried.
I tried. Yeah. Yeah, I had no idea what we would watch. I was just going to see what was even out. But yeah, neither here nor there. Whatever. We'll do something or we'll do nothing. I don't know.
This is why
I got to be a little flexible and they change their mind all the time. Teenagers.
Well, they are teenage girls.
Yeah.
They change their mind all the time. They're like damn women.
So I don't want to say, definitely having a show, but I'll plan on having a show at least Wednesday then.
So we're double dipping Wednesday.
Yeah, and then I think Thursday coming up. So we've got shows for Bengals and Brews. Gosh,
I wish there's something we could do. I wish we could just merge our channels together, just have like the Brew Crew channel or something.
Yeah.
Most people subscribe to your show, subscribe to mine, but
yeah,
I wish there's a way we could do that.
So Thursday we've got Tigers Talk minus Jess. So it's 3 Tigers Talk girls. Jess will be at opening day for the Reds. That's at 7 at night on Thursday. Friday we're supposed to have Evan McPhillips.
Good dude.
Who works with Malik. Yeah, I really enjoyed when I was on, and I was like, I could talk a lot of drafts with this guy too. So that'll be Friday, and I assume Derek and Joe will be there for at least one of those. And then Saturday, where we did a full first round mock, Parker was like, how do I get in on one of these? So I was like, we can do another one. So I reached out to him and draft guy Jared. So Saturday, I think at 6 p.m., we're going to do another full first round mock draft.
You can always send me links. I might jump on anyway. I might jump on from the beach.
So it's I've got 3 shows lined up for like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I might like scale back, Dude,
we've been going nonstop for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing forward.
But
yeah, who's counting?
I know, but I mean, that's what I'm saying with other stuff going on with the birthdays and stuff. I might scale back during the week and then.
I'm just trying to get on my own show where I don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Hey, that's you on here. I mean, you're like, hey, I don't have to prep for anything.
No, I just show up. This is
nice.
fun.
It's a nice life.
Exactly.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Watch Sports Bengals Talk with Strawberry Ice. At 5:30 today, Andrew Fox Miller, potentially Coach Cam.
Yep.
Tomorrow with the guys from that book about Joe Burrow. And
Bulldog to Bengal. I'd say their names, but I don't want to mess their names up because I haven't practiced it yet. So
yeah, I don't know the names, so that's
pretty much everybody knows what the book is. It looks pretty cool. I've read a little bit of it. They sent me some excerpts from it, some pages. Yeah.
You don't? Did you tell me? Like I don't.
I didn't tell them I don't read very well. No, I didn't. But like, I read it out. I read it out loud to myself so I could hear it.
I was just wondering if you actually even read it, or you were just like,
I did.
Freestyle it.
Yeah, I read.
All right. Well, whatever.
I'm a very good reader. I'm a great reader.
I didn't say that.
Everything.
I was just saying that you probably wouldn't read it. You were probably like, Psh.
It's about Joe Burrow. Of course, we're going to read it.
That's a
Oh,
good
boy.
point. Something you're interested in.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Hey, you going to have your hat tomorrow?
I don't know because I had to cancel because I was going to get the
white
other
one?
collar one, and then so I don't know the 1 day shipping will be tomorrow or the next day.
I get the black one.
Yeah, that's what I ended up going with because I was like, yeah, also just keeping it clean. And it's like
And that dude, that's the hard. That's why I love
that was the
white hat
biggest
stuff,
thing.
but I have such a hard time keeping them clean because I wear them.
But they're nice hats, man. I'm excited.
They are.
I haven't liked the draft hats the last few years. So when I
This is
saw
one of
these,
my
I was
favorite
immediately
ones.
like, man, that's the best one I've seen in a while. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
getting one.
Yeah, I got the one. I've gotten the ones last, I think, 2 years. But this is the best one I've seen in a while. I like this one.
Yeah. Well, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Love y'all. Who day?
Who day?